Hello and welcome to the final set of Champions Cup 2017 here live in Riga, Latvia. We're watching the final table, which is between Norway, a Norwegian team, and a Dutch team. We will start shortly, in about a minute.
This time we have different teammates.
Surprisingly, neither the team that finished first or second in a round robin are playing the finals. They lost both in their semifinals earlier this morning, and now the finals is between those team who instead played third and fourth in the round robin.
We will see if Norway can pick up the remaining imps that they are down by, which is 14 imps in total. They are down by 14, 31 to 17. Norwegian style, typical 5-card major and natural basic system. The Dutch are playing, I'm not sure exactly, but I think
It's quite popular to play weak no trump and aggressive bidding in general. Both the Norwegian and Dutch are very known for their aggressive preempts.
aggressive style in general. So we'll see some action hopefully.
Neither of these 8 players played either in European Championship or the World Championship in Budapest or Lyon, so it's fun to see new people do really well in this tournament. So first board. Looks like East will have a normal 1 no trump opening, unless they are playing weak no trump. Doesn't look like it, so 15-17 I suppose. Start off with a pretty easy board. East-West gonna end up in 4 hearts, and they have 2 diamond losers, and they will be able to discard their spade loser on the club suit. So looks like a quick 11 tricks in 4 hearts.
Four diamonds transfer to hearts, and he will pass. South will lead the ace of diamonds, which North probably is gonna... Oh no. Ace of diamonds and the king of diamonds is gonna be the end of the hand anyway, so... As we see, it goes very fast to play. Tim didn't even have to make a plan for this declare play. This is a straightforward 11 tricks. Ace, king of diamonds, and that's the end of the hand. So 450, which is the push. They played the same the other table.
Exactly the boards the Dutch people are looking for. No swings, and they will remain their lead throughout the whole set.
one diamond opening, which I think is standard in the Netherlands is either a 5-card suit or an unbalanced hand with 4. So 1 triple 4 or at least 5 diamonds. Otherwise you would open a club.
One out of very few Dutch pairs who's not playing weak nor trump in favorable. Unless it's weaker than that 12 count, but I don't think so. Let's see, South is gonna bleed again. Yep, as I thought. The Norwegians is hard to stop in the bidding.
North is gonna correct the spades because if South had 5-5, he would probably bid a Michael's bid 2 diamonds. So this may even be 6-4. So North's gonna correct the spades, of course.
Not too fun to lead from West Hand, but I guess he will just lead his partner's opening suit. Then they will take it from there. What do we have? 2 diamond losers, 1 club, a heart. Then you have at least 1 spade. You're lacking entries to dummy, but it's not so fun to play in defense if the declarer is eliminating all the suits.
Looks like the defense will just play 3 rounds of diamonds and let the declarer play from his own hand. They can also see that there are limited amount of entries to dummy to do any work with his major suits. So he'll most likely just play 3 rounds of diamonds.
Not so easy to see from the defender's view that you should not cash 3 diamonds. You should actually just cash 2 diamonds and then play hearts yourself, because you need that diamond to play later. Oh no, something strange happened. He didn't use his 1 entry to finessing spades.
Well, he doesn't know that the hearts are splitting 3-3, so he don't want to touch the trumps.
That's true, now they have to play something for him. So maybe this will work out well for the declarer anyway.
Tim will probably play a club back.
Maybe he will be stuck in hand. Let's say ace play a club to the ace.
Another club.
Another club. And now you have too many trumps in hand. So it seems like the defenders will get it right and it will be 1 down.
Yeah, there's nothing the declarer can do. Club comes back. Neither of the defenders will ruff. They're just gonna let him keep playing the trump suit himself. And they will end up with both king and queen for down 1.
As I thought, the declarer really needed to finesse 1 round in spade before eliminating all the suits. Now it's impossible to make. Oh wait, no, it didn't
really matter.
Now it's stuck in hand.
Stuck in hand. It's gonna play at a heart to ruffs and try to do something clever, but nothing can be done.
One no trump made at the other table. I guess the Dutch people weren't as aggressive as the Norwegian were at this table.
But it's a push. 90 at the other table, 100 at this table.
Had a good chance to gain 5 M's, but they didn't take it. There's a strong hand at West hand. Looks like a 3-loser hand. But maybe they won't have a comfy way beating the hand if they start with 2 clubs, so I would also open a heart on that hand.
Here we see what's the convention called Kaplan inversion, which is they shift the meaning of the 1 spade and 1 no trump bid. So 1 spade would show 0 to 4 spades, and 1 no trump shows at least 5 spades, and it's forcing.
Do you know what the bidding 2 no trump means, Ola?
I do not know what 2 no trump bid, but presumably some kind of game forcing hand and with different meanings. 3 spades natural forcing. Well,
it's a fight between hearts and spades, it seems, but probably the hearts will win in the end. No? Spades are higher.
as we see as the cards lie, there also needs 11 tricks and hearts. They lose 2 diamonds, and that's the end of it, because of the hearts being 3-3. But in spades, you're losing to the queen of spades, being offside third. So there's only gonna be 10 tricks.
It's interesting. Is he gonna pass 4 spades?
Yeah, he's thinking, because 3 spades was natural and forcing, and now he corrects 4 hearts to 4 spades, which means he could have bid 4 spades directly, just to play and nothing else to say. Now, Danny Molnar might think he has something extra, which might drive him to slam in one way or another. But
Nope,
considering
he passed.
But considering there's a misfit, the risk of losing too many tricks in his loser suits, diamonds and spades, they're too high. So
Good lead by South. saving him 2 imps if he continues diamond.
Thank you, fine. Smokies.
I like the lead because when your hand is super flat with every suit beating 3-3 or as even as possible, I think it's time to be aggressive both in the lead and in the defense.
Even the bidding spoke for it. You have 3 hearts. West was suggesting to play hearts instead, opposite East's shortness in hearts. So there might be strong heart suit as it was Ace King Queen 6th. 2 losers and some suits going away, so catch the tricks while they're still out. So far, not so much excitement here. The first 3 boards. Norway's gonna need some interesting boards that might swing some imps to come back to this in this match. At least Norway will gain 2 imps for this board because at the other table they led a neutral club. They made a neutral club lead, so they were able to get rid of all their diamond losers. So 2 imps for Norway.
So let's see, Norwegian style. Is it 4 space or is it 3 space?
Considering there's no singleton there, he's probably not gonna bid 4 spades. It wouldn't surprise me. I've seen Norwegian bidding before, but either 1 or 3 is gonna be enough.
Tim, perfect shape for a takeout double and some extras. Probably not very happy hearing 4 diamonds from his partner, but actually that is the perfect spot on this board. Good bridge. North-south made 3 spades and east-west 4 diamonds.
For some reason at the other table they played 4 spades going down 2. I cannot see how that happened unless they were playing some amount of clubs and then you rough high.
Maybe you got 3 rounds of any minor and then you try to make it by setting up the hard suit and you got overruffed, which means you will use 5 tricks instead of 4.
Yep.
A reasonable plan.
There's no plan. You always wanna go for the make if there is any. So this means 200 for the Norwegians at their table. Here 4 diamonds would probably make 10 tricks precisely, which means two imps for the Norwegian.
I mean, if he leaves the ace of spades, which is very likely, he has to cash the hearts. The communication is not very good, so it will probably be 10 tricks no matter how the defense goes on this board.
Since diamonds are splitting in the way they do. Oh, you mean you can draft the spades.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a spade ruff, you'll get 11 tricks, because that would be 10 minor tricks in a ruff.
Yeah.
Wow, he played the ace of hearts. I mean, that was pretty good lead. Standing at the dummy, I think he's pretty happy with the lead.
Yeah. He's looking for a way to beat the contract. And if you hold two aces, you very often want to find partner with that stiff in that suit you're leading. So you can come back to your other ace and give another ruff.
A good lead, I like it.
Very good lead indeed. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter this time.
Maybe there's a reason they are playing the finals and I'm not.
Seven of hearts back, love and all for spades. Spade is coming back.
Maybe we'll try to finessing diamonds now, but it's not that unlikely he will try to do that. But he still has bad communication back and forth to his hand. So probably we'll just try to play diamonds from the top.
Yeah.
Especially now.
You can't really come back to your hand and rough out Jack 4 in trumps. Because that means you have to rough 2 hearts. And that's not gonna be enough.
Good play, good defense. 130 is good bridge.
2 more imps for Norway.
It's getting closer. They don't look too happy, the Norwegians, but they should know they have teammates at the other table. And so far they picked up 4 imps, and if they keep this average, they will maybe go and win this title. But a lot of boards left, so can't really tell anything.
As we can see in the bronze match, they're all tied up, the French team and the English team. So after 3 boards, they are in total all tied up.
Time for the Norwegians to show they know their own system.
Will the Norwegians bid game on this board?
It's a good game. Very good cards together, matching. They have 24 high card points, so probably they will bid the game, but you can never be too sure.
As you're looking at the West hand, when he overcalls a spade and sees the partner preempts with 3 spades, full court support and weak hand, he's not gonna let opponents play 4 hearts, because his spades are all waste. So he's very confident that the 4 hearts is gonna make, so he's gonna sacrifice with 4 spades.
I'm not too sure I would have sacrificed with 4 spades. I mean, with a clear trump trick that won't do anything in the offense, and maybe you have 1 spade trick. I mean, I think it looks like you'd go for at least 500. Then obviously partner could have a singleton heart, and then your hand is working much better in 4 spades double.
If partner has a stiff heart, then partner needs just 1 more trick and it's only 300 in 4 spades. If partner does not have that trick, there's 11 tricks in hearts.
Once again, we see solid bidding, solid bridge. Looks like it's going to be another 500, or it's going to be 500, and it's probably going to be the double dummy result on this board. You probably don't even need to do a double finesse in clubs if you can set up a heart suit, heart trick, or the defense will do it for you.
He decides to lead a trump, knowing that partner is short in spades and they hold the majority of the high card points. So he wants to take out, he wants to remove the possible roughs coming up in dummy. But as we can see, there are no roughs whatsoever. There's no real comfortable lead from North hand, so spade is, it's a good lead.
Does it make any difference for you, Ola, which trump you lead in this situation?
For me it does, because I play Lavintal when I lead trump, so I would not lead the lowest spade.
So you probably lead the 8 of
I
spades
I
because you
will
want to do a
lead.
suit preference in diamonds.
Well, I wouldn't really want to lead away from the 10 of spades anyway, so it's a choice between the 8 and the 3, and I would just lead 8. It might even on some occasions look weird to the declarer that I'm leading the 8 from 10, 8, 3, that they might get the hand wrong, but that's all hypothetical.
So declarer took away all the trumps and starting to establish his heart trick, so he can get away with his club. Now it gets interesting. If North plays a club, will he have the guts to play low, or will he be greedy and play the king from dummy?
Well, there's really no need to play the king because they still haven't established his heart suit, so he can't discard the clubs anyway.
That is true. And if North now cashes out the ace of hearts, you will get a clear count of where the remaining high card points is, and then you will always get the clubs right.
Looks like there's gonna be a push on this board as well. Seeing at the other table they played 4 spades double, down 3 for 500. So another push.
North saw what was going on. Declarer established his heart trick, and the only chance to get 3 club tricks was the partner had ace queen 10. So a good club shift, which this time didn't matter because Declarer had a 10 of clubs.
strong no trump by West.
He's holding 22 and he opens 2-0. I've heard a lot of people place 2-0 as 20-22. Maybe it's the same here. Could also be 22-24, which is a very common range in Sweden, especially opening 2-0 trump.
And obviously you don't want to look for the possible spade suit. We're holding 4 low spades and a flat hand. The hand clearly belongs in a no trump contract. 2-0, 3-0, and North holds a very strong spade suit, so a low spade is coming out.
Looks like another coffee board. I think the Dutch are very happy just playing these flat boards over and over. The Norwegians are leading 3rd and 5th, so looking at the deuce of spades in dummy, he knows the spades are splitting 5-2. And now the Clare is also sort of safe finessing in clubs if he's greedy.
Well, there's no real reason not to. He'll just enter the dummy and one of his red honors and finesse the clubs for the overtricks. Again, counting the high card points, North is clearly gonna cash out when he gets in and with the king clubs. No really interesting boards so far in this last set. We're used to see very more interesting boards in the last set of our tournament. But so far nothing has really happened. Hopefully we will see some more action.
The Norwegians need all the imp they can get, so it's cash out time.
From his perspective, he knows to declare 20-22 points, so there might be maximum a queen left for his partner.
And no matter which queen he has, it can be finessed out. No, actually not the heart, but it will be hard to beat this contract.
He has probably given up the idea and beat the contract. The only way to do anything right now is to see if there's one more trick to find somewhere.
Interesting.
We did not cash out. So it looks like one imp for the Dutch, since they only made 10 tricks at their table.
Hopefully we will see action on next board. I haven't seen it yet, but it's been quite flat board so far. Another one of Trump opening. And the bidding died quickly once again.
The Norwegians managed to make one of the trumpeter out of the table. Split the suits, they're splitting quite well for the declarer, but he can only play everything from his own hand, so he has to establish 7 tricks on his own.
North doesn't have a very attractive lead. I don't think that diamond lead would be the first lead by most people. Probably there would be 10 of spades, the most neutral lead to protect all your honors. And here we see an advantage playing coded leads, where now most people in the world play 10 as standard. It could be king 10-9, could be only 10-9, queen 10-9. But if you're playing coded leads, the 10 will be the highest or 2 higher, and in this case 2 higher is not possible, because with king queen 10 you would always lead the king or the queen, depends on methods. So here South would probably play the ace. I would be surprised if not. Then I guess the Norwegians, no, he took the ace. So that was 3 tricks to the declarer quickly.
That's a great start for declarer. 3 spade tricks. He's gonna set up a couple of club tricks, and I guess he's gonna get 2 clubs, 3 spades, ace of hearts, and
Then he has to get one more trick, because North has the remaining honors. So who will get a diamond in the end? Or a heart. But most likely a diamond trick.
it's gonna be a ping pong game between North and West, who holds most of the high card points. He does not know that he has 3 spade tricks. There's no reason to believe that the spades were splitting. 3-3.
North already feel that he's unplayed. Maybe he's thinking about cashing out the queen of clubs before escaping with the 9 of spades. Then West will do the next end play by playing ace of hearts and another heart. Oh, he played a... Now he will be really unplayed, so he has to play something from... So North has to do it again and play something from his hand.
Two of diamonds.
Now you have the chance to make 8 tricks even, because North will be end play squeezed. But that is if the declarer is greedy.
Well, it's probably nothing to lose, because there's no possible way that they can throw away all their hearts. There's the discouraging 10 of heart play. So he probably has a full count on the North hand. Let's see.
Seems like you have to play a diamond now.
There's just nothing to lose. Yep, here we go.
Well played, Danny. I guess East is very pleased seeing his partner taking 8 tricks after putting down that dummy. As we can see, a very flat set. Norwegian start off by taking 4 imps. And then Netherlands took 1 imps, and it's already been 8 boards out of 16. The Norwegian needs some huge swings.
I didn't see that my game was so good. I think I made one trick at the end.
But actually there's only 1 board. And then it's a tie. So they actually need 1 swing to make some excitement in this match.
1 game swing. Another strong to no trump opening.
Wow. It's a strong no trumps in every board. A practical bid. Even though you have 5-4-2-2, you have a lot of high card points in your short suits. And it clearly looks like you are doing best as declarer on this board. So better open that no trump as fast as possible.
3 clubs asking for 5 and 4 card majors. 3 diamonds saying I have at least one of the majors. And then you bid 4 diamonds, which says partner bid your major, implying that you have both majors and want partner to be declarer in that major he has.
And everything is splitting once again well for declarer, and it's, from my point of view, it looks impossible to beat the contract. Can declarer go wrong on this one?
There's one entry to dummy, which is the Ace of Hearts, which you're gonna use to play club up towards King Queen. And since it's the Ace of Doubleton, you're gonna be able to play small club to the King and low club. Not a very fun lead from North, holding high card points in all suits except for diamonds, but you're not really looking for a ruff, although it's the most neutral lead. So he chose the 8 of diamonds, even the 8 of clubs, 3rd, 5th.
Interesting choice of lead, if you ask me. I mean, if you want to lead aggressively, partner is probably a favorite to be a singleton in hearts and not. And then if you might get an entry on the Queen of Spades, partner will get a ruff. But then also the heart, it could easily cost a trick.
But leading away from a jack requires a lot from partner for the lead to not cost, for the lead to not matter. It doesn't require as much if you lead away from your heart suit. So this time I do not agree with the club lead, but as we can see, it turns out to be, well, it helped declarer. He doesn't have to do much in this contract anymore.
Another flat board for the Dutch people. Even though they have came all the way from Netherlands to Riga, I guess they also want to play some fun boards. But who doesn't want to win the Champions Cup also?
Trump splitting 3-2, you can just rough your clubs, set up the suit and then claim. Moving on to the next board. Same result at the other tables, so another push board. 12 imps difference in this match.
Still a very tight match in the bronze match between Zaleski and Alfrey, the 2 winners in the round robin. In the match in the B group, looks like Monaco is having a good lead over the Italian team.
So how's the bidding gonna go? 1 heart, opening, 3rd hand. Pass, a no trump, all pass. Seems reasonable.
Unless you're playing forcing no trump, I guess 1-0 is going to be the final contract, but you never know. Once again, as we have seen before, the bidding dies after 1 bidding round.
East is probably gonna lead his suit. Or maybe he has a sequence in spades. Seems more reasonable. You don't want to give away
So,
an easy trick to your...
how are you gonna play this board? You, you're gonna duck the lead, then when you're in on the Clare's hand, maybe you wanna try heart finesse.
It looks like if you're in North's hand, you want to try the heart finesses. If you're in South hand, you want to try the diamond finesses. So it really depends where you end up.
And since the Queen of Diamonds is on side this time, I don't think the Clare will have any problem to make this contract. But we have seen makeable contracts go down before.
After the lead, when you duck it, you still keep the king of spades and dummies, so you want to go for the heart finesses, and even if he loses, you're still protected in the spade suit.
And now, if Danny is alert, may duck the heart finesse, and if Declare repeat the heart finesse later, maybe the heart suit will fade away.
We'll see. Maybe he chooses to play a heart to the queen because he wants to establish tricks in diamonds and not hearts.
And since you only have one entry to the diamonds, it might be good to attack the diamonds as quick as possible.
As I predicted, he's gonna finesse with the queen instead. If he would want that finesse, he was gonna go for the diamond suit. Now the heart finesse failed, so we'll see what West does from here. He plays a club back. There might be some communication problems.
Well, luckily the Declare now has two entries to repeat a diamond finesse. Queen of clubs and ace of hearts. And since the ace of diamonds is a double tone, I don't think Declare will have any problem making this contract.
At our table they played one no trump from a south hand, so my guess is the other Dutch pair is playing a form of weak no trump in this vulnerability, third seat. So it probably was a bidding looking like pass and no rough all pass. Sort of an uncomfortable situation for the declarer. If West led away from the ace of diamonds and the heart suit split very well, you want to go up the king and cash 7 tricks. But that requires a lot. He has to play a diamond from the ace, and he has to take the heart finesse. He played low, so it should not be a problem making this contract from here. No real threats.
Time to cash out.
Essential play by the declarer to unblock the jack of diamonds in dummy, so the diamond suit is not blocked.
And now declare can relax. Because he still has a safe entry to the ace of clubs. But if he forgets that, the jack of hearts drops anyway, so it will be 7 tricks and another push in this match.
Okay, so what happened here? One club opening by east, take a double from the south, and west bets as heart, transfer to spades. We want to transfer, so the opening hand is declarer and the strong hand is on lead.
And North now got a free chance to double 1 heart, showing that he has 4 hearts.
As we saw on the camera, Danny alerted East's pass, probably saying that there's not 3 spades. So there's only maximum of 2 spades.
One spade by south. Very interesting bid. I mean, if partner's double shows hearts, I have no idea why south bids 1 spade. What will 1 spade be in your system, Ola?
To me, it looks like a natural bid, saying that you have a strong take-up double and at least 5 spades. But even, well, I'm just not sure why we would even introduce a spade suit like that when you have a known heart fit. There's absolutely no reason to just bid a new suit.
And probably if you want to make a forcing bid, you bid 2 clubs. Because you can't really have clubs and make a take a double of 1 club. So the 1 spade bid makes absolutely no sense to me. Even North seems to be confused. Total different auction compared to the other table.
Other table played 3 clubs on the east-west direction, making 10 tricks. And one spade, well, it's probably not gonna do that bad. There's not many losers and you don't need much to make one spade.
Looks like a successful auction to the Norwegians actually, because I don't know if the Dutch thought that they were having a disagreement or something and decided to pass out one spade when they have 9 clubs together. If you can guess good in diamonds, maybe you're even making one spade. So far so good for the Norwegians. He saw what was going on now when he knows his partner has most trumps around the table. He wants to draw trumps as quick as possible and then cash all the good clubs. So now if you Danny roughs this, plays another trump, then this contract actually goes down 1, if I don't miscount the tricks. Because then you will only get 1 heart trick and 1 more diamond. But if he decides to duck this trick, he will make, because then he can rough the last club in dummy. I think Danny will get this right. Looking at the king of hearts. Maybe Danny can see a hand I can't see, because I see no reason to rough this and play another trump. Well defended by the Dutch pair. But still losing one imp, because it was 10 tricks in clubs. Once again, not the first time in this match, Danny picks up a strong no trump. But now this time North has something to compete with. Question is, do they play penalty doubles, or maybe he has the local two spades showing something else? We will see.
Well, if he has a penalty double available, he should probably use it.
I'm still old school and rooting that penalty doubles is the winning convention, or winning meaning of a double against a strong no trump in imps, but in match points I am open-minded to do anything. Then I like to compete more often with weaker hands.
North decides to overcall 2 diamonds. I do not know what his 2 diamond bid means. Maybe some kind of multi, but the question is, what is the difference between 2 diamonds and 2 spades? 2 diamonds and 2 spades.
And the cards are splitting very well in a spade contract. So if they don't do anything surprising, I guess you will lose a club, a diamond, and 2 hearts in a spade contract. Now we see that 2 diamonds shows 1 suitor in hearts or spades and a minor. And Danny with a perfect shape for a takeout double, and holding two small spades, I think double is reasonable as a takeout double.
Always when I do this, my partner managed to find my 3-card suit, but apparently I'm not as lucky, or my partner is just not that nice to bid my 4-card suits. He always picks my short suit.
Thank you, partner.
Third, fifth leads, two of spades. And from North point of view, it's pretty easy to calculate but how many points is remaining. And given that information, North won't have too much problem playing defense on this board.
Well, he has to decide if he's gonna try to play a high club or not. Maybe he's gonna play a low club.
Looking at the terrifying heart suit in dummy, I think it's reasonable to play a club, but the problem is, or the question is, which club would you prefer to play? Looking at ace, 9, small in dummy. Having a chance to beat the contract, I think it's reasonable to play a low club, hoping that the declare will go wrong with jack third. But this time it doesn't matter because partner has both the jack and the 10.
North chooses to play back a high club. I do not understand why South did not play the jack to actually show his partner what he has in clubs. Instead he played a low one. Well, club 7 is not easy to read at all times.
But now when the declarer decides to duck in dummy, I guess it's not too hard to figure out where the jack of clubs is.
Well, if he declared to the ace of clubs, the 7 of clubs was very ambiguous. Just that card.
Now North will be able to cash one spade, one club, and then when exits with a high spade, he will end play declare in dummy, so South will get either a heart trick or a diamond trick. And that would be a push, because they went down to in the same contract at the other table.
Down 2 for a push. There's been over 10 boards already. Not a single game swing or interesting par score swing for that matter. The highest imp we've seen swinging so far is 2 imps. That's not the typical ending we want to see of a tournament, so hold your thumbs for the last boards.
Here we could possibly see some interesting action. I mean, will they be able to find a superior contract of 5 or minor, or will they go for 3 trump? This time, sadly, it doesn't matter because every suit is once again splitting very well, and you'll be able to make any game if you're reaching it. Maybe you want to try for a slam, but I guess that would be too hard, missing an ace and the queen of clubs.
And you don't really want to bid a slam that needs 2 suits to split 3-2. Including with the queen of clubs away.
So now Danny got one interesting problem. Partner showed supporting clubs, but Danny has no idea where his honors are located. So now he needs to make partner to teamwork a little bit more. Maybe he should bid 3 diamonds to show he has more diamonds.
Looks like he's simply placing the contract and jumps directly to 5 clubs.
Surprisingly bid by Danny, in my opinion. I mean, if we are changing that king of diamonds to, let's say, king of hearts, or you could just shift a couple of honors, then 5 clubs will not be the winning contract.
And you really want to be in the 3 drop. And there was, in my opinion, there was really no reason to place the contract right away. You could simply cooperate with your partner and bid 3 diamonds, showing your 6 diamonds.
That lead will probably speed up the board a little bit, because now he doesn't have to worry about any unfortunate trump break.
Looks like to keep control of his side suit with his diamonds, he's gonna cash 2 rounds of clubs, and then try the diamond suit so he can comfortably come back in clubs.
Too bad the clubs didn't split worth, like queen 4 for queen 10 4 or something, because that would actually reveal how 3 Trump were doing better. But at this board, I guess you want to be in 5 or minor because of the bad heart stopper. Usually when I'm teaching bridge, I am telling them that 5 or minor should only be played 29 of February, which is happening 4 times a year.
Once every 4 years, yes.
No, I didn't say that, sorry. That's what I meant.
Let's see, he's playing just what I expect to be the best line. Catch 2 rounds of clubs, then try your diamonds so you can come back comfortably. Well, he's gonna catch the ace of hearts, discard the spade, and then he's gonna... Oh, he did not. Okay.
No, this was better. Well, it didn't matter, obviously. Now you could discard a few spades, and you will lose one trick in the end.
So we are looking at another push. 4 boards to go, 11 imps. 11 imps difference between the two teams. We are looking at a couple of matches here on the scoreboard. As we can see, after over 10 boards in a couple of matches, there's not many imps in this set. Plain flat boards.
Here we'll see. Will the Norwegian be interested to penalize that overcall? Interesting.
I'm probably just gonna jump to Reno Trump.
And Reno Trump looks like a coffee board. Yep, that's what he did. It's amazing how many flat boards could show up in the last set in such a big event. Nine of hearts, not a successful lead.
Looks like
On
it's
this
gonna
board.
looks like it's gonna give away a trick even. So Declare may make 11 tricks on this board.
No, now you're not counting very well, right?
10 tricks, I'm sorry.
So 10 tricks it will be, and there is gonna be another push out of all these 10 pushes that has been already in this match.
Three boards to go to make something happen.
It's probably a good decision by South just to jump the tree now. If you want to penalize the overcaller, the bidding might have died at one level. So let's see. quite an interesting board. Looks like you want to be in 4 spades, which has two diamond losers and a heart loser. And then you're probably going to go for a couple of roughs and clubs. But as the layout in hearts, you don't need to rough the clubs if you're playing for that favorable holding, but that's not going to happen.
Freedom looks like a mixed race, so no real problems for East to raise the game.
Small diamond, please.
This is one exceptional set. I've never seen these many flat boards in a row. It is extraordinary for being the last set of a tournament.
Small diamond, please.
So in case the spades are splitting 4-0, I guess Tim does not want to misplay this hand. So he's probably going to play a club to the ace and try one trump to see if they are behaving or not. And when you see that both opponents are following suit in spades, then he will be able to go back and forth in trumps to rough his clubs.
Small space. Small space. Small heart. Ten spades. Spades. Sorry, it took me a while to get this one to play. It's getting into the tournament.
Two more boards. Can we see action?
I've had
Once again, it looks like Danny got a strong no trump. The question is, will North introduce his spade suit and this vulnerability when his partner opened?
This time it will be a successful move by North. Maybe the Norwegians are thinking it's been a very flat set and they might need some imps.
We saw earlier today sort of a similar hand where we had 6 spades opposite partners opening and there was a no trump oracle to your right. If you bid, you were going for a number in red versus green. So maybe
That is an interesting choice by East to make an invitational try when you're in non-vu. I don't think I would have tried for game when you're in green.
you're hoping for a little too much, in my opinion. Sure, you know the honors of splitting, you can finesse and play everything from the right side, but you really hope for a lot if you're gonna look for a non-vulnerable game. And the real question is, will West bid the game or not? Quite lousy honors, but there's a couple of things to work with. You know the queens, they might do some work when you know there's the strong hand.
I mean,
Before.
if West have seen his partner's invitational bids before, I would be afraid to raise the 4 hearts with that hand.
There's a lot of wasted honors also. Then he chose to pass, which was the correct decision this time. They have what we call complete mirror, the exact same distribution between each other.
The question is, will they beat the contract? They have to play quite a careful defense.
Not a fun lead from North. Everything may cost a trick. Lead away from a 10, lead away from a jack, lead away from a king. Or tell them how the trump for splitting. So, okay,
Good.
he chose to lead his partner suit.
Good lead.
Good lead.
And playing third, fifth metals, he knows that the declarer has queen third. Because I will be very surprised if North were singleton heart and singleton club on this board and not bidding over 1-0. But they were in red versus green, so. Now you have some communication problems. You don't want to enter the dummy in spades when you're finessing in diamonds and the club is not going to work. Maybe North will be end played eventually on the jack of diamonds. So as I said before, it has to be a very careful defense to beat this contract. And as we can see, they made 1-0 trump at the other table.
So if the the Norwegians manage to beat this, then there might be those imps they are looking for. Just gotta hope for the absolute best on the last board. We've seen a lot of tournaments deciding the winner and the runner-up over the last board.
Danny decides to play ace of diamonds and a low diamond. Well, that was a good way of playing the suit. But now I don't think the defense can go wrong. Because North will never have any entry except for a club.
Looks like he's just gonna play ace of hearts and a heart just to get out and let the declarer do the work himself. Unfortunately, there are only 8 tricks, so it looks like there's gonna be 1 down in the end.
So all the declarer can hope for now is that South has both the king of spades and ace of clubs, and would then be able to end play South. But this time it's not happening. So it's gonna be 1 down and 4 imps for the Norwegians.
North is kind of predicting the end play coming, so he's trying to see what might happen and how to prevent some bad things to happen.
Really? Now the declarer can actually make the contract. Now if the declarer can play a low spade and find to duck in dummy. Because now the defense hasn't been as careful as I told them to be in the beginning. South will be end played on jack of spades and have to give away a club trick. But if North goes up with the king of spades, the declarer will get 2 spade tricks. So it has for sure been a careful,
Crucial moment for the declarer. He's probably gonna play spade. Question is which spade he's holding, the queen of spades in his hand.
not so easy to have full count on the actual hand. Well, actually, North led the lowest possible club.
So 1 down. That gives the Norwegians 4 imps. 7 imps are needed to tie the match, at least 7. So we'll see if there might be anything that might happen on the last board. As we've seen this far,
No 7-card suits, no voids, not even a singleton. Where is all the swings? South made, or the Dutch made 1-no trump, making 3 at the other table. It's gonna require a lot for the Norwegians to pick up 7 imps on this board. Not even making 3-no will help them, because that will only give them 6 imps. So now stopping in 3 clubs makes us available to say congratulations for the Dutch team winning the 2017 year Champions Cup, and this will give them a ticket to play this tournament next year with the same team. And also, if the Netherlands are doing well in the Europeans, they will be able to play with another Dutch team. So we may see 2 Dutch teams in the next edition of the Champions Cup.
Not the most exciting match for us to follow all the boards, but as a bridge, not everything can be exciting, and as some of us are looking at all 4 hands, it might have been exciting for the other guys who are only seeing their own cards. But anyway, congratulations to the Dutch team. A well-performed tournament throughout the tournament.
Not too exciting, this last board even. Seems like he will make this contract, either just making or maybe he's even losing control and might even go down. No, he can't go down. I miscounted, but he's making this exactly 9 tricks. So that will be 1 imp for the Dutch team, and we can say congratulations once again to the Dutch team winning the Champions Cup final by 8 imps. And in the bronze match, we see Zaleski has a lead with 11 imps, and looking at all the flat boards, I think it will be tough for the team Alfred to pick up all these 11 imps, because Zaleski has too many solid players over these flat boards.
Nothing exciting can't really happen anymore. As we've seen all the last 5 boards, there's not many imps that could swing the matches around. So as it looks like right now, that seems like it's gonna be the end of it.
Thank you for following us throughout this tournament. It's been a long ride, or actually it's been a short ride, but it's been a lot of fun and a lot of boards. And see you next year.